Goodbye, Atlas. I'm looking on my Moobot stream. I see I'm hosting Atlas over here, but not anymore. He's a cool guy, though. Alright. Oh my god, getting a late start tonight. I had to get the kids to bed. Bridget went to a yoga class, so...
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But finally on, and I try to get some work done here. So last time we kicked a little bit of ass over at our stronghold mine, and then we worked on our tunnel in the nether. What should I do with these? Should I break these? Kind of tempted to. Yeah, let's go do this. I'm gonna go get a fortune pickaxe and break some of this stuff down that I've been meaning to do. Okay, blah blah blah. Rosinka, hello. How are you? Alright, let's put that back. And boom. Alright, let's break some of this shit down. Got nether quartz ore. Oh, not too bad over here, Rosinka. Almost Friday. Nice couple days ahead of us. Alright. Happy to be back to Minecraft. Yeah, I've been definitely getting a lot more motivated lately to start doing some cool shit in Minecraft again. Oh, and I actually started watching, I know I said I was going to wait, but the kids wanted to start watching. So we started watching Hermitcraft Season 7. And I watched Asuma's first video. I always have to watch his first video at least because he kind of explains what the deal is with the season and some of the, you know, some of what their plans are. But then we watched Good Times with Scar, both of his first two videos. Very, very good stuff. Still stand by Good Times with Scar as the single best YouTuber out there. Alright, I am building a tower of... Oh god. No, 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 no! Oh my god, I fell really, really far and did not die. I am very lucky. Where is it? I heard it. I heard it. That was scary, man. I thought I was far up enough that I was gonna splat. Man. Alright, let's sleep in a bed. Man, oh man.
I'll be getting on here in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, feather falling saved my fucking ass.
Where did you fall from?
Oh, I'm on top of our little fortress at Sky Island, and I was just like pillar jumping up on a big thing of coal blocks because I wanted to mine them all up with the fortune pickaxe. And once I got up like really, really high, Phantom started spawning and knocked me off the pillar. That was scary. All right, here we go. Getting close. This is just the warm-up. I think I might run back to the base that shall not be named, and I know the last time I never made my way over there to put an entry in the book. Did you ever play the Donkey Kong Country games?
Yeah.
Yeah? Awesome. Yeah, I've been playing. I have the music on right now, Donkey Kong Country music. But yeah, I've been playing it a fair bit lately. Finally got pulled Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze back out, which is well, it was a Wii U game. They re-released it on the Switch. Super awesome. Oh, and Rosinka says hi, by the way.
What's up, Rosinka?
Anyway, I just really love those games. I love how much effort.
Side scroller.
Yeah, yeah. I just love how much effort they've put into making sure they have like good music and shit like that. Whatever. I'll just put this quartz back here. I don't want to go put it somewhere else. Okay, well, what do I do from here? Okay, yeah, we're gonna go back to the other base. To the nether. At some point we need to sexify this main tunnel. The main tunnel that goes between our two little hubs in the nether. Give it a sleek
Oh,
floor.
yeah. Sleekify it.
Yeah. Oh, man, yeah, totally forgot to mention. Yeah, I'm going to go check this out just so I can remember how far we went. I saw Sonic the Hedgehog this weekend, or last weekend.
How was it?
I really liked it. It was a lot of fun.
I think we're gonna see it this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, it is not an amazing movie. Like, I will just say it's way better than it has any right to be, though. So... It is.
I mean, I
it's
thought
just
it was an incredibly ambitious.
Yeah.
Like, how can you do a movie on Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah, I really like Jim Carrey in it too. Like it's been a long time since I've seen him play that type of character, and I mean, it was those types of roles that made me just love that dude. Years back, like Ace Ventura, both of those movies, love the hell out of them, and a lot of his earlier stuff, Liar Liar. Oh man,
Nice. So it's a goofy.
Oh yeah,
Jim
he plays it. Yes, he plays that role.
That's the Jim Carrey I like.
Yeah, yeah. I thought I have liked some of his serious roles, like The Truman Show. I think is an incredible fucking movie, and I think he actually blew me away with that. Like, that movie proved that he had some acting chops, and he could hack it. But and like Eternal Sunshine on the Spotless Mind, like that wasn't too bad. He was decent in it. But if I'm being honest with myself, I want to see Jim Carrey acting fucking dumb. It's just what he does so well.
Kind of like what's his face, Will
Will Ferrell, yeah. Yeah, I'm a big Will Ferrell fan, and fortunately, like, he's pretty much largely stuck to those types of roles. Like, he did Stranger Than Fiction, which I actually did really like, and I think it was an example of similar with Jim Carrey. Like, hey, yeah, he can act. He can do more than just be funny, but he's just so funny. Like, I just feel like, and I know we disagree on this, but I do feel like Will Ferrell is an absolutely brilliant, like, funny guy.
No way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we disagree. It's fine, but
I think it's annoying. Like, what was this recent miserable failure, Step Brothers? Like, that was
Step
some
Brothers?
hot.
Which? The movie
Or
Step
Sherlock
Brothers?
and Holmes.
I mean, I haven't watched that, and I probably haven't seen any of his movies within the last few years.
The lowest rating on Rotten Tomatoes history or some shit.
Well, wasn't that him and John C. Reilly again?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it didn't look any good to me, so I had no desire to see it. But Step Brothers is, I think, one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
It's, well, so Talladega Nights. Have you seen Talladega Nights?
Maybe. I don't remember.
All right, what Will Ferrell movies have you seen? Now I'm curious. I'm curious what movies you're basing your
Lego
stance on.
movie I liked.
Okay, I
Night at
mean
the
that was mostly
Roxbury
just. You like Night at the Roxbury?
No.
No. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect someone to like that. It was based on a Saturday Night Live skit, and so movies based on those types of skits, they can usually only go so far. I liked it, though, because I was a fan of Saturday Night Live, so, like...
I was a fan of Saturday Night Live, too. I just didn't like that skit.
Yeah, well, I did. I liked Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan. I thought they were hilarious, and it's just such a stupid movie. It's over-the-top stupid.
Right, and that's. I mean,
I like that.
I liked Anchorman. Anchorman was funny.
Okay, good. All right, so I mean, it sounds like you like the movie. Like, Anchorman is broadly considered like a very good comedies. Very rarely get reviewed well, or like, you know, most critics dump on every comedy that ever comes out. Like, they always get shitty scores because comedies aren't trying to be good movies. They're trying to be dumb and funny and just make you laugh. Anchorman was like a rare one that I believe got a pretty good critics response because it was just, I mean, and it wasn't just Will Ferrell. Like, you had Will Ferrell, Paul Rudd, and Steve Carell, and like at a certain point, like, you're watching it.
Brick is dead. No, Brick, you're alive. No, no.
No, I think it was. I remember the first time I saw it, it was the scene where they're walking down the street and they run into the other news crew, and out of nowhere, an entire battle royale breaks out. And, like, I think that was the moment where I'm like, this is the best comedy I've ever seen. It was just so over the top.
Yes. Because it had Jim Carrey and the super nice Canadian news crew.
Yeah. And like, just all the cameos, like Ben Stiller makes a random cameo, Tim Robbins.
Ghost of Stonewall Jackson. Fucking Brick's got like a plasma rifle.
Well, and he stabs someone with a trident, and I mean, yeah, like, that's just an example of a great movie.
Black.
But I don't know. I would give Step Brothers a chance because, like, if you haven't seen Talladega Nights and you haven't seen Step Brothers, there's a reason they made the Sherlock Holmes movie, whatever it was called. But it's because in Talladega Nights, where Will Ferrell plays a NASCAR driver, and he just plays like an over-the-top character. That was like the first movie that I'm aware of, at least, that him and John C. Reilly co-starred in the movie, and there's just something about the two of them and the way they play off of each other that, I mean, there are some very, very funny moments in Talladega Nights. Like, it's a hilarious movie. Oh, and Sacha Baron Cohen's in it too.
I like Sasha. He too can be a little over the top. some of his scenes I can't really watch because it's like I feel embarrassed for him. Does that make?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's very, very good at that, and he definitely makes me feel that way too. But anyway, like
his national anthem at the fucking rodeo. Shit. Scotch.
And have you seen his show Who Is America on Showtime?
Oh, dude. You want to talk about some controversial shit?
Yeah.
Like, we watched that, and the wife and I just looked at each other, like,
dude,
mouths open. Like,
that show is all the proof anyone should need that Sacha Baron Cohen is a comedic genius. Like, he's obviously, like, it's not all funny, but when you look at what he managed to accomplish with that show, like, that is such peak comedy. And it's dark, too. Like, fucking the shit he got some of those people to say and do, and they actually lost their jobs over it. Like, he's just so good at putting people in situations where they unknowingly, like, let their guard down and reveal, like, kind of who they really are.
It was pretty funny. Like, especially with the toddler
the
weapons.
Gun, yes. Oh, that's the classic one.
The Uzi, the Uzi corn.
Heads, shoulders, not the toes. Some fucking guns stuffed in teddy bears.
And it was the Uzi corn, and then what the fuck? Oh shit! I'm being attacked by fucking flying bastards.
Oh shit. Well, the name of his program was Kindergartens.
Yeah. Well, then he got a bunch of politicians to like back it, which was even funnier.
Oh yeah. And the fact that I don't know how he got Dick Cheney on the show and got Dick Cheney to sign his waterboarding kid. like you just
like.
There,
I don't care who you are. That's fucking.
It is like you just can't deny it. You can't deny it. I'm headed to our the base that shall not be named. I'm on the minecart track right now.
Okay, I'm gonna head over there as well. Yeah, you know, I appreciate that kind of humor, even if it's making fun of a political party and they don't like it. Like, well, you know what? Then don't fucking say it.
Well, he got Bernie Sanders on it too, and he couldn't get him to do that stuff.
Right.
Bernie's response to the types of things he got other people to do, literally is, he's like, really, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, but I bet you if he tried hard enough, he could get some Democrats to say some stupid
shit.
Yeah. And I don't think it would be hard.
Yeah, I've watched. Man, I guess I'd call myself a pretty big fan. I actually have all the seasons of his original show, the Ollie G Show, where that was where he came up with the Borat character. It's where he came up with the Bruno character, and then his main character,
Bruno.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh god, that movie was. I have never. There was a scene in that movie that I had.
The dictator.
Yeah, I tried watching that. It didn't do it for me because it wasn't. It was him doing an actual movie, and it was all acting. It wasn't. I don't know. I think he's at his best when he's pranking people and stuff. But
Oh yeah.
Man, I don't know. There's a scene in Bruno, the one where he goes to show his film in the room, and it shows him swinging his dick around in a giant circle, and he's just swinging it, and that's all it is. And then out of nowhere, it stops. His wiener stops, and the dickhead opens up and mouths the word Bruno. Like, who thinks of that? Who thinks of that shit?
Oh shit!
And I remember my wife and I were watching it, or Bridget and I were watching it, and like when you don't know that that's coming, like I mean, I laughed so hard. Like, I almost threw up. I mean, it was just... Oh, my God. It just makes me so happy even thinking about some of this humorous stuff.
So, you know what movie that we were talking about the other day at work, we probably shouldn't have, that is still, in my opinion, one of the best comedies of all time. as Blazing Saddles.
That should be able to be talked about. I would think most people even today could understand and appreciate the satire. And
so there's me and this guy behind me, and he's African American, and we were cracking jokes the whole fucking day. Because he loves the movie. He thinks it's just the funniest shit ever, right? And as you should. Regardless of what race or what your political leanings are, like that shit is.
Oh, it was incredibly far ahead of its time.
Oh yeah, but you could not play that in a theater today. There is no way in hell that would ever be.
That's sad to me because, I can understand certain people might be offended by it, but it's not like what that movie is doing is not. It's pillaring. It's satire of all of that shit.
Right, but they use a lot of the N-word, right, and it's slavery.
Yeah. And I don't know.
Yeah.
People need to just remember, put yourself in certain eras, certain day. The sensibilities we have today, you just cannot apply to the past. Like, it's just not a fair thing to do.
But I still think today they should show that movie for what you could do with good comedy and still get away with something that is just too risque, if that makes any sense. Like something that's taboo that you can still be funny at. Like you can't just blatantly use the N-word in a comedy, right? But I think if you used it in that scenario, in that movie, the way he did it, it works. It's not appropriate, but that's the whole point of the that's the whole point of the language, right? My favorite is when the cowboys are riding through the desert, and Bart, the black sheriff, he sets up a toll booth in the middle of the desert, and the fucking the outlaws, they hit the toll booth and they're like, "Oh shit, someone's gonna have to go back and get a fuckload of dimes." I don't know, dude. I wish they would show that movie.
I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed to admit I've never. Maybe I have when I was real young, but I've never seen all of Spaceballs. I've only seen parts of it.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, I have seen all of Blazing Saddles.
Yogurt?
Yeah.
So that you do know that's where Elon Musk got the idea with the flamethrower, right? Was from the movie Spaceballs. Yeah, because Yogurt was showing off the Spaceballs 2: The Quest for More Money. And he had a Spaceballs flamethrower, and that's where Elon Musk got the idea that let's just make something fucking ridiculous, and it sold out in 3 hours. Was a Tesla flamethrower or a Boring Company flamethrower. Oh man, but some of those are just. Or another one, Tropic Thunder. Holy shit!
Oh, dude, Tropic Thunder is very, very good. Very good. Like that movie, it's not just funny; it's a good fucking movie. Speaking of, I know I mentioned this for Anchorman, one of the other rare comedies that got very, very positive reviews.
Dude, that movie was funny. He's an Australian playing a European playing a black guy.
I like to think it's crazy how fast stuff has changed, because that movie was made in 2012, was it 2011?
Well, what's funny is
it was 9 or 10 years ago, right?
Ben Stiller got more shit for using the word retard than Robert Downey Jr. did.
Yeah,
doing blackface.
But I think I want to say I think that movie could still be made today, because people know what the fuck
No way.
Anybody watching that movie knows what they're doing and knows. No
way, dude.
Not anybody. I'm sure there are a certain subset of people. I'm sure there's
there's a large subset of people
not a large
woke.
subset.
Okay, there's a very loud subset of people that are woke, right? That'll be like, it's not okay under any circumstances. This is oppressive. It's inappropriate. It's
I would even say within the woke community, it's even a very small percentage of woke people. Like, that's a pretty, like, widely acclaimed movie by all people because...
Dude, I'm telling you, it's all or nothing with...
Yeah, I don't know. That movie is good on so many levels. And, like, that movie...
Jack Black.
That movie was instrumental in turning a large part of my opinion around on Jack Black. Like, I was never been a huge fan of his comedy, but there was something about that movie that I finally got it. Like, I finally understood, like, oh, shit, this is why people like Jack Black. He's really good. Like, he's really funny in that.
Oh, yeah.
And since then, I've come around on that guy a lot. Like,
he's funny.
Yeah, he's
please Be Kind Rewind with that was another good one. Mos Def.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Where they accidentally frag. He has like magnets in his like head or hands or some shit like that, and they work at a video store company, and they're about to go bankrupt. But rather than go bankrupt, they recreate every movie in the store themselves with some with a homemade camera and just shitty props. And the community fucking loves them. And then they start getting sued by like production companies, and it's funny. I liked it. It's good comedy. It's
that's cool.
I don't know. It's great. But yeah, I definitely think, Blazing Saddles still one of my favorites of all time, and in my opinion, Leslie Nielsen, one of the greats.
Oh, like, yeah, Leslie Nielsen he really was.
But what I liked Leslie Nielsen because his jokes took you a second. You're like, oh, I see what he did there.
Yeah.
It's like, Shirley, you must be kidding. Don't call me Shirley. Like, oh, ha ha ha. Shirley, got it. But with what's his face? Who did Blazing Saddles? And Spaceballs.
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks, thank you. But with Mel Brooks, I mean, it was some really deep comedy. Like, you really had to think about some of the shit that was going on.
Yeah.
I'll give you a perfect example. Young Frankenstein, right? Probably one of the greatest Madeline Kahn, films that she ever did. Where they would knock on the door and they would call for the maid, and her name was Falbruca, and every time you said her name, this horse in the background would go, right? And I for the longest fucking time, I didn't get it. I was like, oh, okay, it's a fucking horse. Falbruca literally means horse glue in German.
Oh, really? See, that's cool. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Like, it's just some comedy that you almost have to sit there and Google most of the shit just to fucking get it, because it's rich. I don't know.
Yeah.
With especially what's his face, who played Willy Wonka.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Gene Wilder.
I was gonna say something wild, but yeah, Gene Wilder as the drunk, right? Like, him and the guy who played Bart were just awesome.
Yeah,
they're just funny. And of course you've seen Blazing Saddles, yeah?
Yeah, I already said that.
Okay. Yeah, I've owned it. I've seen it probably a dozen times. I might watch it tomorrow. It's still one of the greats.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I remember enough of it. I do remember enough of
it. Fucking Madeline Kahn. Oh, shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, in my personal opinion, I put the movie Step Brothers way up there with some of the best comedies. It's not it's not a Mel Brooks movie. Like there's nothing really deep there, but a lot of it is just surface level humor. But there's just something about it that works so well, and it really is like Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, like at their best, playing against each other. And literally the whole point of the movie. Do you even know what it's about?
What, Talladega Nights or Step Brothers?
Step Brothers.
No, I don't think I've ever seen.
Step Brothers is, they are both, I forget how old they are. They're like 35 or 40 or something. I mean, they're Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. You're not going to make them look much younger than they are. So the idea is, for various reasons, Will Ferrell lives with his mom. He's older than me and you are right now, and he just still acts like a kid. You know, like his mom goes to work and he puts his hand in his pants and starts masturbating and goes and makes some nachos and plays Guitar Hero, and like he just acts like a kid. And the same is true of John C. Reilly. He lives with his dad. So at the beginning of the movie, their mom and dad meet each other and they end up hooking up and they end up getting married. And so naturally they move in together and they have to become stepbrothers, but they're like 40 years old. So it ends up being the two of them like learning to kind of live with each other in the same house. But they both like act like children, but they're also 40 and grown adults. And it sounds like an absolutely ridiculous premise, but just some of the shit that happens in there, some of the things they say. I mean, it's very. If you liked Anchorman, I think there's a good chance you'd appreciate this movie.
Okay, I'll have to watch it.
So anyway, that's my plug. Now I want to go watch Step Brothers. It was one of the few comedies, one of the few like inappropriate movies that I let Isla watch. And she thought it was hilarious. Like, it's definitely not appropriate for a child, but you know what? I think there are certain things at certain ages that can't shield your children forever. They're gonna see that kind of shit.
Oh, that's funny. All right, we've talked a lot about comedies. Best action movie? Do you have a favorite action?
John Wick.
Okay, I'll give you that. John Wick's good.
Yeah.
So, did you know in John Wick 3?
I haven't seen John Wick 3.
Oh man!
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
But in the directors have always wanted, when they were doing John Wick, especially in 3, is to kind of give homage to some of the old or even newer action flicks, just to kind of give them a nod, to like, hey, we're gonna put this in our movie because it was just so fucking badass when you did it, kind of thing. Okay. There's one scene from one of my favorite westerns of all time, and probably one of the best westerns of all time.
Quigley Down Under?
No.
Okay. I like Quigley Down Under.
Not for a few dollars more.
Tombstone?
No.
Wyatt Earp?
With with The Good and the Bad and the Ugly.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen a ton of westerns, but when I was a kid, it was something my parents liked.
It's a spaghetti western. So spaghetti western is, it was made by Italians.
I didn't know that's what that meant. I thought spaghetti western was a term for just like a very stereotypical tropey western movie. No.
So the spaghetti western era were Italian directors and artists that were coming over here directing these movies.
Man, I don't know
for
shit.
The Good and the Bad and the Ugly, so for like the good, well, that's not what I meant. Yeah, but it's kind of interesting. Spaghetti westerns like The Good and the Bad and the Ugly, the producer didn't even know English, so he actually had a translator there as he was directing the movie. And now, actually today, you can buy old replica Western guns, and probably the only place is through 2 Italian companies. One of them is Paeta, and the other one is Uberti. But they make replica like 1850s pistols and early 1900 Outlaw and just the old school style revolver, single action, shoot from the hip style. They don't
Okay.
make those anymore, but the Italians still do.
Here, come
Good and the
up
Bad-
to the map room while you're talking.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was a spaghetti western.
Mhm.
And there's a scene in that movie where Tuco, the bad guy, goes in and buys a gun, and he's cycling the cylinder in this pistol. And as it goes around, he's making sure it clicks, making sure it's a sound gun. Well, they did the same thing in John Wick 3. They did the exact same scene with John Wick, turning that cylinder around, listening for the clicks right before he, does what he's got to do. So and there's another scene with like motorcycles where they're, a bunch of motorcycles and their swords in John Wick 3, and that's a nod to another Japanese action flick. So they kind of gave a nod or an homage to other good action flicks. So that's
cool.
anyways, that's my plug.
That's cool.
Some little movie trivia hit. But if you want a good western, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, fucking probably
cool.
one of the best of all time.
Well, it sounds like Rosinka knows what you're talking about. She says they were also filmed in Italy in a lot of cases. So
Yeah, yep.
Well, so quick diversion to the video game we're actually playing right now. It's a good conversation. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna just tell you what we're gonna do tonight. You see this map here? We're gonna go get some blue ice. We're gonna get some blue ice.
Okay, let's go.
Hold on.
What map is that?
Yeah, exactly. Map 290. So
Okay,
go find your map 290. I think I have a copy of it in the chest here somewhere, maybe. Or do I? Need to make a
spaghetti
copy of
westerns
it?
were. You got for a few dollars more, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. God, I'm drawing a blank.
Oh shit!
Is
I think I need to
290
make a
directly
copy.
east of us?
Yeah, directly east of us. I need to make a copy of this map, so just give me a second to do that. Yeah, I've honestly not been a huge fan of westerns. Like, I do have fond memories of Quigley Down Under and Tombstone, just because I saw them as kids. But I don't know. It's never been a type of movie that I've been like really into. I know, like it's something a lot of people are hugely nostalgic for, and I totally get that.
Yeah.
And yeah, sadly, like, I can't say I'm a huge action movie fan. Not that I dislike them, but I've watched a lot of action movies and left feeling like there's just so much substance missing. And I don't know why. I don't know what it is about John Wick. I think it's that the action is so perfect and so well refined, and just the level of detail and the level of realism is just, it's something you have to respect.
Well, if you can just put yourself in the time when those movies came out, the westerns, I think you would appreciate him. And like I said, I think for The Good, the Bad, the Ugly was just a great flick. You had three main characters: Tuco, Angel Eyes, and oh god, the Invincible Man, I think his name, or Blondie, I think is what he went by. I don't know, man. I think you would not be wasting your time at least watching that one, because that's one of the best. Especially the soundtrack and the standoff at the end is just fucking classic. Okay. I mean, I think that movie came out in the '60s, so it's pretty good. It's got a good story, good acting.
Well, I may check it out at some point. Well, you know, one movie I did watch recently that is a new movie that I've been hearing a fair bit of buzz about. I just kept hearing about it over and over, and I'm like, well, I don't know. Sometimes when something, you just can't stop hearing about it, I'm just like, fine.
We gotta sleep. I'm being attacked by. All right,
we'll go do that. Anyways, I watched on Netflix The Irishman.
How was that?
Not as good as people said it was. Like, it wasn't a bad movie, but I don't know why the fuck, like, Netflix thinks that movie deserves like a whole bunch of fucking awards. It's
because
just
of the amount of money you have to pay for those actors.
It's just
like fucking,
it's just a mafia movie. It's a fucking mafia movie. I don't know, man. I mean, granted, I've never seen The Godfather or anything like that, so maybe if I was a huge fan,
never seen The Godfather,
or Scarface. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That it's just not
Oh my God!
Those
What?
aren't types of movies I'm really that interested in.
Go hop in bed.
Yeah, I am. The only mafia movie I liked is Boondock Saints, and that's not exactly
That's
a mafia
not a
movie.
mafia movie. Not at all.
I like it because they're killing a bunch of mafia. I don't know. There's just something about movies portraying the mafia.
It's a dark humor.
Mafia people are fucking douchebags.
So I'll go. It's funny you say that. Did you
funny
know
I say that.
Did you know? Yeah. So, and I think you would know a little bit of the backstory, but my uncle actually shares the same name as one of the characters in the second God.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
They have literally the first and last name.
Interesting. Let's see, Rusika says, or Spain, Italy or Spain. Probably a fairly accurate rep of the horses at the time. All of the American working breeds have a high percentage of Spanish blood. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Man, Rusika knows some shit.
Yeah,
Giving some perspective here.
You gotta watch some spaghetti westerns, man. It's filmed in Tombstone, or Old Tucson, I think some of them.
Yeah,
I don't know, like those spaghetti westerns, kind of gave birth to, and I think The Good, the Bad, the Ugly is probably one of the best, and The Few Dollars More was good. Did you ever see Gran Torino?
The Clint Eastwood one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw most of it. I don't like Clint Eastwood. Well, I don't like old Clint Eastwood now. He's too fucking full of himself.
Have you seen the movie?
I've seen most of the movie.
Oh, you gotta watch the end of it.
Where at the end of it, he pulls his finger out, or like he acts like he has a gun, but it's just his finger, and or whatever, and he ends up getting killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a good movie. I wasn't a huge fan of $1 Million Baby. Let me know when you're ready to go.
I am ready to go.
Okay, so we need a pickaxe. Are you bringing an ender chest?
I've got a Silk Touch pickaxe, and I'm bringing 3 shulker boxes. I guess I'll bring an ender chest, too.
Yeah, if you don't mind, just in case.
Yeah, actually,
Do I need to bring a crafting table? Because we can turn into blue ice while we're there.
Well, hold on. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring an ender chest, and in there I have all the things we need. I've got crafting table, like I've got a shulker box with all the critical supplies. But the reason we're going to the frozen ocean is that blue ice naturally is inside of the iceberg. So if we just go to hollow out the icebergs,
dude. I know this. I know this.
Well, we won't have to craft. We won't even have to craft packed ice. We'll just get the blue ice directly. Is what I'm saying.
But we could just get all the ice, and then we could pack it into blue ice.
Okay. As long one thing I propose though is that we maintain the icebergs. Yeah, I'm taking off now.
Okay.
Like not tear the icebergs down, just hollow them out.
Okay. Fine with me.
And I think it could be a cool like potential base, or if we wanted to go build some shit in a frozen ocean, we go live in hollowed out icebergs.
Sounds good to me.
Are you in the sky? Oh, there you are. I see you. I see you.
Right next to you. Yep. But yeah, so like I've actually been looking at an old Western style gun. It's the company's called one of them's called lag.
Yeah, I saw that.
Spike.
Yikes.
Is the Uberti or Payetta, and they have an old single action. The original one was actually a black powder pistol. It was a black powder 6-shooter, so you'd actually have to load. Back then, they actually had cylinders preloaded, like the whole cylinder itself. All 6 shots were preloaded, so that you would just swap that in and out. But I've been looking at actually one to buy in the old what they had as a 45 Colt caliber, and they call it the gun or the bullet that won the West, because you could use that round in both a pistol and a rifle. So they only needed to buy 1 round, and it's a pretty hefty round in both. But it's a single action, so in order to actually shoot the gun, you actually had to cock the hammer back on the pistol. So that's why they did the whole like hold down the trigger and slap it with your wrist, to get that rapid fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so because those were actually single action. So double action is when you pull the trigger, the hammer comes back, and when you pull the trigger more, the hammer drops and it shoots the bullet. Single action doesn't do that. You actually have to cock the hammer, pull the trigger, cock the hammer, pull the trigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know way more about this shit than me. That's for sure.
Yes. So I'm looking at a 1850 or an 1868. It's called an Army new model, and this is long before Winchester even came around. New Army model, I think it's called, and it's a pretty sweet looking gun, but it's an old, like I said, single action pistol, and it was a Western made in Italy. One of the companies that made them for the spaghetti westerns. So, I just thought it'd be just a fun gun to just take out when I go hunting, as protection, and just play around with.
Kill a bear with it.
No way. There's no fucking way you're gonna kill a bear.
You could try
with something like that. No, you'll die. So, yeah, it's one of those pistols that it looks. I mean, it's an old style gun, but it's a classic, and it just, I don't know. I think it looks like a really cool gun. Have you ever seen oh god, what's it called? The Stephen King movie, The Gunman or The Gunslinger or The Dark Tower?
Nope.
Did you ever see that? Okay, well, the hero's called like the Gunslinger or something, and he's this like supernatural being that can, I shoot with my heart, not with my hand, and he's got this like whole mantra thing, but his gun is actually modeled after this style. Yeah. Anyways, I'm kind of droning on.
That's okay.
I'm discovering more icebergs down here, by the way.
Okay, I just picked the first iceberg that I ran into, and I'm mining away.
I found a huge iceberg down here, dude.
Sweet.
I would definitely call this like the master berg.
Oh shit, Masterberg. I'm a little disappointed the inside of this iceberg is not blue ice, it's just packed ice. What the fuck? I thought they were supposed to have blue ice interiors. But Jesus Christ, a Silk Touch pickaxe just rips this shit to shreds.
Do we have to go under the water?
I don't know. I'm inside the iceberg, working my way down, like lower into the water. Oh, man, this is interesting.
It says I'm getting frostbite. Hypothermia.
Wait, what?
No, I'm just kidding.
Dying from frozen wiener.
Oh, I found my pickaxe, by the way, or my trident, by the way, and my crossbow.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Just in a chest somewhere?
They're both in a shulker chest back at the base that shall not be named.
Ah. Well, now you got two.
Well, I don't need yours now. Mine's way better.
Okay. Then I will take it back if you don't want it.
Yeah, I don't think I need it because I think I'll be, unless I do something really, which is probably gonna happen.
Like throw your trident into the void.
yeah, pretty much, or lava or something like that. I think that they're actually fixing that now. So if you throw it into the void, it comes back.
Oh, did they do that? Yeah, they might have. That sounds familiar.
All I'm seeing is packed ice, dude, and I've found the biggest iceberg I could get.
Yeah, man. Okay, well, thought we were supposed to be able to get a lot more here, but whatever. Tons of packed ice, one way or another. Because, yeah, I mean, I saw just a tiny little patch of blue ice that I was able... So is that how it works? Does it only, like, come out in little, like, blue ice nodes on these icebergs?
Have you seen the show on Netflix, Altered Carbon?
I have not yet. I had watched the first episode, and it seemed pretty cool.
Oh, man.
I always have a hard time when a show like that comes out that is so reminiscent of like the anime
Blade
Ghost.
Runner?
No, Ghost in the Shell.
Well, I mean, it's a graphic novel, believe it or not. So it's based off of that. But it's more reminiscent of Blade Runner, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the basic concept of being able to transfer human consciousness into different shells or different, brains, bodies. Sleeves, yeah, that's what they call it there. And I saw that Anthony Mackie is the main character in the new season.
Yeah, so I'm a huge fan of season 1. I did not like season 2. I think they needed a bigger budget. I think Anthony Mackie was held back. I think he just had more potential. I know this is, of course, this is going to be taken out of context in the wrong way, but I don't give a fuck. I prefer to see more tits and ass in those kinds of shows, and the reason being,
at least you're honest.
Oh, of course I am. But the reason being is because when you're living in a dystopian society,
Sleep.
How can I sleep? I'm literally in an iceberg.
Oh, you didn't bring a bed or anything?
No, because I told you to bring a fucking ender chest.
I did bring an ender chest. It's right over here next to me.
Okay, where are you?
Look on your map.
God, you're such a douchebag. All right, I'm coming.
Hey, you're the one that flew off all far. I stopped right where the iceberg started. Hey, what's up, Snow? How are you doing?
So the reason I like tits and ass and those kinds of show, oh, hey, what's up, Snow, is that the premise behind, swapping bodies or, human bodies, not having any value, I think that needs to take more, I think that needs to be more of a point, because when you think about it, it makes sense, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I guess if we're just swapping our bodies in and out, then the prudish nature that we have should be much diminished.
Correct,
Something like
right.
that. Yeah.
Correct, yeah. I have no idea where you are, by the way.
Oh, I'm inside this iceberg. You should see just all the way on the edge here. You're getting close. You just got to come to the other side. And you'll see a little patch of cobblestone and the ender chest over here, and
Okay, I see your tag there. 1 second.
here I am.
And they kind of played on that a little bit in season 1. Do you have a ender chest?
Yeah, it's down there. Just, oh, here. Here. Let me just. I'll move this for you.
Oh well, thank you, sir. They kind of touch on that more in season 1, some of those things, but they don't even it's not even a thing in season 2, and it just didn't make any sense to me.
Oh, there's
none
sexiness.
None.
Oh, that's weird. I wonder why they would change the show that way.
That's my point.
Yeah. No, I can understand that. I don't know. I always wonder why some shows do that, they get renewed for more seasons, people like it, and they change a fundamental thing about the show because reasons?
Yeah, right. And I think that's an important premise to the movie, especially season 1, is it's no longer a sacred thing, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think I have a bet.
No?
So no. So tell you what, here, let's do. You go to sleep. Let me know when to log back.
All right, that's one way to do it. We could go murder a few sheep. I've got wood. Yeah,
Cool,
you
can I
can,
log
you can,
in?
yeah, you can log back in.
Okay, cool.
Here, I'm gonna just pop over here real quick and see if I can find a sheep, or 2 or 3.
So that was one thing I didn't like about season 2. I thought it was more of a mystery. So the whole premise about the show is it's supposed to be like a mystery noir, Blade Runner-esque movie. You know, where I'm gonna drop this crafting table, by the way.
Okay.
Where it's more of a. Oh wait, hang on. How do you make a blue ice? Is it ice in every?
It is
square?
9 packed ice. Yep. It's very expensive to make.
Nah.
I mean,
It is not.
blue ice is not 9 packed ice?
No.
What? What is it then?
Oh wait, I have blue ice in here. That's why it's not working.
Oh.
Somehow I have blue ice. So that was one aspect of the show that was kind of weird that they changed it. Another was it's supposed to be like a murder mystery kind of, and a love story, if that makes any sense. Where he's where he's looking for this woman he loved, and they just kind of fell apart in season 2. I feel.
That sucks.
Yeah. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. It was still, I think, good because it plays into the whole Altered Carbon series. I'm definitely looking forward to more. But yeah, I don't know. I was a little disappointed.
Fair enough.
I literally, I think it was Tuesday. I started watching it Tuesday night, and I finished the entire season Tuesday night.
Oh wow. Nice.
Yeah, I'm a huge Altered Carbon fan. I love what they did with the first season. I loved the whole romantic thing he had going on with this woman who he would just never forsake, even after hundreds of years and all the shit they've been through. You know, it's kind of a cool love story, and I like that. And it just kind of felt weak in the season 2. So,
well, here's
the story definitely
season 3 is good.
stretched. They need a bigger budget. Like, in season 1, it felt huge. Like the whole world, like when he's looking out on the balcony when he's all stoned in episode 1, and he's looking out and there's just like this giant city, futuristic city with like holograms and just it was massive, right? You're just like, holy crap! It just had this immensity about it. It just doesn't have that in season 2.
Well, shit. Speaking of Netflix stuff, I noticed on IGN today, I occasionally will just pop in there and see what's going on, and I saw them give a 10 out of 10 review to something. I was like, wait, they don't give 10 out of 10, and sadly it wasn't a video game, because that's like a big deal, I think, when IGN manages to give something 10 out of 10, but it was season 3 of Castlevania, I guess, just hit, and they gave it a 10 out of 10.
Really? Season 3 just came out?
Yeah, I guess so. I did watch all of seasons 1 and 2.
So, listen, it's getting late. I think I gotta go to bed.
Okay.
I might be watching Castlevania. That was a great anime.
Yeah. And well,
Like, that was.
I think it's technically not an anime. I want to say
I don't know
it's
what
made.
qualifies it as an anime.
It has to be made in Japan. It's as simple as that.
Okay, then it's not an anime.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great cartoon.
Yeah.
A great cartoon adaptation of.
The dogs are doing laps. Well, at least they'll be nice and tired by the time I come to bed. I think we need to put Zeus down.
That's fucked up.
Matt says hi.
Hi. I heard her.
Alright. Oh, yeah, I forget how much my mic picks up. And hey, what's up, LD Trickster? How you doing? Yeah, I really like Castlevania. That was cool. Oh, my goodness. Anonymous is at it again, gifting subscriptions. Holy shit. I love you, Anonymous.
I tolerate you. Heart, I love you. Secretly, I'm a secret admirer. I secretly love you, but I can't profess my love because I don't know your name.
So I just want to say, I wish people watched anime, because that's the shit that I have, like, when I sit down to watch something, like, a good portion of the time, it is anime, because there's so much good shit out there, and there's also a lot of really, really bad shit, too, to be fair, but,
To be fair, I've been watching some anime, actually, recently. Quite a bit.
well,
I watched Demon Hunter, Kill a Kill, Kill X Kill.
Yes, I've seen Kill la Kill. I've seen the whole thing.
Oh shit! What else have I seen? Oh god, what's the one with the fucking car? Gun blasters.
I haven't seen that.
I don't know what the fuck it's called.
Well, so the one I just started watching it's a classic one, and somehow miraculously Netflix got the rights to it from the 90s. It's Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah, so I was gonna watch that, but they had 4 different seasons, I think.
No, I don't. Maybe they do. I don't know. I guess I haven't looked.
Yeah,
I just started it and I'm just watching it.
They had Neon Genesis. Like, there's, I think, 3 different shows that you could pick from.
There's End of Evangelion, which is a movie, and I actually don't know much about it, but on a forum I used to be on, there was a guy that, like, the guy I really respected and liked, and he was just a huge anime fan. It was his favorite anime of all time. You know, he always heralded Neon Genesis as, like, the best anime ever made. I wouldn't agree with that, but it's very cool. Like, as I get more and more into it, I'm like, man, this is some cool shit. LD Trickster says that his favorite anime is Black Butler. I've not seen that.
My favorite is Trigun.
Trigun is phenomenal. I have it on my shelf behind me.
Oh, do you really?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Trigun. So speaking of fucking westerns, now one thing I can get behind is anime space westerns. And Trigun, you do not get better than Trigun, man. Vash the Stampede, that whole story is phenomenal.
The billion double dollar man.
It is phenomenal, and it's one of the few animes I can actually tolerate watching in English. Like, I hate the English voice acting in most anime, and I just have to do the Japanese with subtitles. Like, I don't know. They always get good. Such shitty, like, sounding voices. But yeah, definitely agree there. And then the other one, obviously, Cowboy Bebop, like the ultimate classic anime that almost everyone's seen because it was on Toonami back in the day on Cartoon Network. Let's see, my favorite anime, but I wouldn't call it anime, is Spirited Away, says LD.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen Spirited Away. I've only seen a few anime movies. Like, I've spent most of my time just, like, watching series.
Oh, dude, I've seen every single one of Miyazaki's films. He is a fucking genius.
Yeah, see, I have not seen any of them,
Spirited Away.
I think I'm just gonna buy every single one of them if I can, because I know that I'm gonna like it. Like, from everything I've read, it looks and sounds like some shit that I would love.
The painting is just the artwork is just incredible. There's Spirited Away. There's something about God, what the hell is it? It's the one with the pig, the flying pig.
I mean, I know there's My Neighbor Totoro.
That's the one, My Neighbor Totoro. There's Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away. I think Spirited Away isn't the one at the party where it's like a masquerade party that she goes to, and it's like oh god damn it, hold on, I gotta look this up now because it's gonna bother me. But I've seen every single one of it, and I think they just came out with a new one.
Well, I will say, just to drop my favorite and I see I can never talk about this because nobody ever knows what I'm talking about. Not only my favorite anime, but probably my favorite show of all time. And every time I rewatch it, you know, like, I'm just reminded of why it is my favorite goddamn anime ever. And it is an anime called Steins Gate. Steins Gate is it's a time travel anime about some kids that, like, kind of accidentally discover time travel. And then they uncover, like, a crazy plot. I could never do it justice by describing it, but there's just something about Steins Gate that is just one of the most moving things I have ever seen in my life.
Oh, so I found the list here. Princess Mononoke, which I think actually won some awards.
Princess Mononoke?
Yeah, I think either that one or Spirited Away actually won some Academy Awards.
I think a lot of his movies did, if I remember right.
Castle in the Sky was good. Nazca Valley of the Wind. Ponyo was incredible. Like, you want to talk about a great, beautiful, colorful... I would almost call it like... I would almost think that if Disney... If Walt Disney was Japanese...
Yes, I've always heard that. I've heard that comparison. People,
yeah.
A lot of people, I think, have made that same observation.
Watch Ponyo, and you will 100% agree with me. Ponyo's incredible. But my favorite is Howl's Moving Castle. It's my favorite.
Just got to say, I'm also a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. Love Dragon Ball Z. I have a giant Dragon Ball Z thing right in front of my face, actually. Nobody's ever seen it because I would never point
I got giant Dragon Balls in front of my face.
Seriously, the wall in front of my screens has a giant Dragon Ball Z drape thing that I got years ago at a comic shop in Tucson. Dragon Ball Z. I love Tien. Tien's awesome. He's an underrated but amazing character. LD is agreeing with you on pretty much everything. It says Ponyo is so good.
It really is. It's such a good... Well, my favorite's Howl's Moving Castle. I could watch that one again and again and again. It's just a great love story.
Well, you know, alright.
Great animation.
I know I've mentioned this before, but I need to remind you, because you've watched the movie, you need to watch the fucking Death Note anime.
So I've seen the movie. Have not seen the anime series all the way through.
So it's a really good anime, but I hate the second half with a passion. Like, it's so good in the first half, and then it fucking gets ruined. Alright, let me ask you this. In the movie, does Light die at the end?
No. I don't think so.
Does he kill L?
I don't remember.
Don't remember? Okay.
I kind of liked it because it had what's his face?
Willem Dafoe.
Who played the voice of Death Note.
Yep.
And he's always had a really fucking creepy voice.
Oh, I love Willem Dafoe's awesome, man.
Like, he just really had... I thought he did a great job playing Death Note, and it really kind of creeped me out. But I thought they could have done more. Well, they could have made it creepier, I think, or more violent.
I'm trying to remember the name of... what's the name? It's not Death Note, it's the name of the... Fucking A, man, I'm forgetting the name. Well, maybe they called it something else in the movie.
Call what? Something else?
What did you not enjoy as much, LD? Death Note, or... Oh, I was pissed. The second half of it, I feel like they fucking ruined the show. Like, the whole point, the whole thing that made it such a cool show is, like, you were watching a show where someone was becoming a villain and just fucking, like, kicking, like, ruling everyone. Like, he was just, like, a insanely brilliant genius, and he would just gain the upper hand on everyone, and nobody stood a chance. And this L comes closer than anyone else. Oh, I'll fucking kill him. And well, I don't know. I think it's worth watching. Death Note the movie or the anime, LD. But yeah, I saw, you mentioned Kill la Kill. That was a pretty cool one.
Yeah.
Definitely risque. I don't,
Yeah.
but not
it was weird.
Not for anime. I mean, anime tends to go there a lot. So
I'm trying to think because I've seen quite a few anime recently. Kill la Kill.
it's the one that she has a sword that looks like a pair of scissors or a scissor blade.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
And
yep,
her power is that
her lingerie takes
over her body. Yep. But there's a lot of satire in it too. Like it's cool.
Yeah,
it's good,
right. They make fun of the fact that she's like, "Why the hell?" Rah, rah, rah. I don't know. I thought it was good. Oh, oh God, what was the other one? Oh, the zombie one, where it's the Iron Fortress. Fuck. It's a zombie one. It's called.
Not zombies, but I'll just throw out Attack on Titan. We both love that.
No,
one.
oh yeah, fucking of course. Cabanari, Cabanari, I think is the name of it, and it's about a guy and a girl who are part of this strike force, I guess you would say, against the zombie apocalypse in Japan, and they, the resistance has this train essentially that's called the Iron Fortress, and they literally travel around Japan saving Japan from the zombie outbreak via this armored fortress, and like the whole like army would move in this Iron Fortress thing. And these Cabanari are half human, half zombie, so they have like they can move much faster. They're stronger. They just have powers and abilities that humans just don't have.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really good. I think you should check it out. It's on Netflix. There's only one season, but I definitely think that there's a lot of potential there.
Sounds somewhat similar to what's the fucking name of it? Tokyo Ghoul, which I only watched a little bit of.
Not seen that one.
Yeah, I actually meant to go back and watch more of Tokyo Ghoul. I liked what I saw of it.
Watch that one I was thinking, the Gun Blasters one. That one was pretty cool. It's about this guy. He's an outlaw, and these two robots that are trying to find him. And this outlaw guy can't die, or he does die. He dies a lot, but he's immortal. So every time he dies, a tattoo appears on his body of the number of times he's died.
Oh,
he dies in the fucking funniest fucking way, like swallowed by a plant, starved to death, carved up, shot, electrocuted, digested in the stomach of an animal, all this
dude, and
shit.
I mean, I gotta say, that's why I like anime. They go places that you just don't see in Western media, and it's
right.
I don't know. I think that alone is why I would recommend people that have never seen any anime. I don't know. Go find some recommendations. Figure out what you like, and there's going to be an anime in a genre you like, and just go watch one that's considered, a good anime. And I think most people would see it. I mean, I've even gotten Bridget to watch some anime with me. She's watched all of Attack on Titan with me, up to where I've seen. She fucking loves it, man, and rightfully so. It's some cool shit.
Gun Blasters thing it's called, or I think that's what it is. That's the one with the guy who's immortal, but he's also got, so there's these two other robots. One of them's called Sam, the superior AI automated or assistant whatever, right? So she's this super doofy robot. She's like, "Hi, I'm Sam," and she goes up and shakes his dead body's hand "I'm here to help," or it's just kind of quirky humor, but she's actually a nuclear weapon in disguise. And then this guy who can't die, and then there's another robot who's always there fixing shit. I don't know. It's pretty good, and there's all anime, there's some deeper backstory, but I think you would like it. Check it out. It's called Gun Blasters. It's on. I think there's only one season, and it's on Netflix.
Okay. Let's see. So got to catch up with LD here. The anime was relatively good. Not my cup of tea, but it was good. Yeah, and I mean, I kind of give the same caveat. I would imagine a lot of people, if they've watched it all the way through, there are parts of it that's amazing for Death Note.
We're talking about
Death Note.
Death
again.
Note. Okay.
And then LD Trickster says Attack on Titan is amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
We've got unanimous agreement there. You enjoyed it, but was disappointed in what I saw for the game. I assume you're talking about Steins Gate. And yeah, I saw Steins Gate 0 recently came out, and I thought that was really good too. It did not live up to the original season of Steins Gate. Nothing could ever live up to the original season of Steins Gate. It was seriously, man. Very few things in my life that I've seen have affected me the way Steins Gate did it. And I'm a sucker for time travel. So, and it comes with a huge caveat. You're going to, it's 24 or 25 episodes. You're going to get to, like, you have to get to about episode 13, 14, before it all clicks and you get it, because there's a big build up to it. You're watching it and it portrays itself as a certain type of show. And when I first watched it, I think I was like episode 12.
All right, don't spoil it anymore.
No, I'm not going to.
I'm
not going to.
Steins Gate.
Well,
okay.
Let me just. This isn't going to spoil anything, but I'll just say I watched up to episode 12 because I had heard. You look at a lot of anime lists. A lot of people put that as the #1 best anime of all time. So I went in with really high expectations, and I was like by episode 12, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is not as good as people say it is. I don't fucking get it. And then I made it a few more episodes in, and then by the end of it, it's one of those shows that if you make it all the way to the end and you watch it, like you watch it from beginning to end, it's just incredible, man. The character growth is so amazing, and I think it's because it's just such a weird, quirky, goofy show at the beginning that, like, you know, you kind of start to write it off at a certain point, and it makes such a hard turn.
That's kind of how Trigun was.
Yeah, it really was. I think that's a fair comparison because it's similar to Trigun in that, like, the beginning of the show is just very goofy. Everyone's joking around. It even's got, like, there's kind of a lot of pervy stuff that happens, just like how Vash the Stampede is a perv. but you find out, like, later the reason why he acts the way he does and what dude, Trigun's so cool. Like, when you find out what Vash really is, that he's actually like a sentient tree alien thing or whatever. It was a pretty cool reveal.
I'll have to watch that. Steins Gate. There was another one I watched. Demon Hunt, where demons take over the world.
Are you talking about Devilman Crybaby?
Yeah.
I watched that too. That is dark. Oh my god, that is the darkest thing I have ever seen in my life. When I got to the end of it, I have never felt so depressed in my life. It was good. Like, I can't deny it. I can't say it was bad. I mean, it was good, but man, I wish it ended differently.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the end of it is like the fucking world ends and he gets cut in half by Satan, and then, like, God comes and destroys everything and it's fucking game over. The end.
Yeah.
And just the dark shit that happens with, like, you know, the people that have been able to, like, take control of the devils that had possessed them, and, you know, you think that they're gonna be able to, like, mount a comeback, and
nope,
not even close.
Oh, motherfucker!
But the music is really good in that one. What?
No!
What happened?
No! I just broke my pickaxe without fucking paying attention to its durability.
Well, I say the next night that we stream this, let's go on a journey to build up some new pickaxes and get them all. Do you need another one?
Yeah.
Do you have another one?
In the chest. I think so. Hold on.
Okay, if you've got another one.
Motherfuck ass bitch. God damn it. Fuck.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not like Stardew. I can't.
Fucking damn it. Motherfucking goddamn.
Was it Efficiency 5 Silk Touch?
Yes.
Okay.
And mending and all the other shit.
At
least it wasn't my fucking armor.
It won't be that.
God fucking damn.
Here.
Fuck your ice. Alright. Yeah,
Here, go ahead and take the Mother Silkworm. Actually, can we use Fortune on Pack Ice? No, we cannot. It has to be Silk Touch. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Bright green chest. Or bright green shoulder.
Okay. God damn it! I should have been paying attention. I was just on a roll with this fucking movie.
Devilman Crybaby.
Yeah, the Devilman Crybaby. Like the scene in the club. As soon as I saw that, I was like, "All right, I'm interested."
Man, I had such a hard time
you know
while
what
watching
scene I'm
that.
talking about?
Oh yeah, the where he, like his brother, adopted brother, whatever he is. You know, well, you find out who he is later. He's fucking Satan, Lucifer.
Yeah.
But he brings him to a nightclub because that's where demons are present, and he just starts murdering people because that's what gets the demons to reveal themselves.
Yeah. And the whole place just becomes a bloodbath.
Well, and then like, you know, he becomes possessed, but he has enough like willpower to basically control his demon, so he gets all the powers of the demon, but you know, is still in control. And it's the one thing that's hilarious is like he's running track and field, and he's like running around like a fucking creepy spider, but he's way faster than everybody else.
And people are like, "Huh, that's strange."
Yeah, he never.
He looks different somehow. I thought it was the part that I didn't quite get was the whole like, "Hey, I'm a creepy old guy and I want to take pictures of you. Like, come into my Photoshop studio where we could, you know, make money off of your." Remember, it was like episode 2 or 3 where his neighbor went into the guy's shop and he's a pervert. He's a photographer, and she becomes possessed. Or
yeah, I don't remember that detail.
Like,
it's been about I think 2
demon.
years since I watched it.
Yeah, he's like infected by a water demon or whatever.
Oh.
And but it's like some perverted guy who's like trying to bang all the girls in high school or some shit like that.
I think I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's he's like, oh, and it was his neighbor who he kind of like had a thing for, and then she eventually like dies at the end or halfway through the show.
Yeah. Oh, God, man, that's one of those shows. It's like, man, I can't deny it's a good show. I did not like it though. Like, I didn't like it because of like, it just crushes you. Like, it goes against all conventions of how a typical show or movie would work. You know, like the girl, you know,
there's no happy ending.
It's not even close to a happy ending.
It's good anime, it's good storytelling.
And you just see people get torn apart by like the humans that have decided that you know, they, oh man, just so tired.
Yeah, remember the demons are like, oh, don't trust anybody because if they don't believe in the government, they're some shit like that, then they're demons, and then they start fucking killing each other, and then like there's that weird cutscene with the guy looking for his son, and his son is like a demon.
Oh Jesus, man! Oh, it hurts just remembering that. The poor kid is like doesn't know what's going on, and he ends up like devouring his own mom in a refugee camp, and oh God!
Yeah, and then like the guards kill the dad.
God, man, like, has there ever been a darker show made than that? Like, seriously, does it get any darker? I don't think it does.
I think Akira was pretty fucking dark.
Yeah, Akira was pretty dark.
Just name one.
I mean, but it's just not as dark as Devilman Crybaby.
Akira was pretty fucking dark, bro.
Did the world
Akira-
did the world end at the end of Akira? I'm pretty sure it did not.
I felt like my world ended after watching Akira. Like, that was pretty fucking dark.
I thought it was cool that I don't know what versions out there now and which voice actors they've used, but the original Akira had Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the early 90s. The guy that voiced Leonardo
really?
voiced I think it was Kaneda, the older brother.
The brother. Yeah. But like the part where like there's a lot of violence in that, like a lot of violence in that movie.
Yeah.
A lot of weird backstories, but the animation was incredible. Yeah, Devilman Crybaby was just. I thought that was it. So, like I said, I've been recently on this anime binge. I don't know why I started watching anime. I was just like, you know what? We always talk about anime. I'm gonna start watching it.
Oh, I'm happy to
And
hear.
I've watched
I didn't know I'd be able to have an anime conversation with you.
Well, yeah, dude. There's a lot of things I'm into that you don't know about. You just gotta ask me, and I'll tell it on YouTube.
Over the years, like for the longest time, the only animes I had seen were Dragon Ball Z and Trigun. Like I've been into Trigun since the early 2000s. I think I watched it for the first time in like 2003, and then
that is probably the first anime I ever saw.
Well, it's a good first one to see.
To this day, I see Vash the Stampede as like the ultimate hero.
Dude, seriously, yeah.
Cool. He's suave and funny, and he's just like goofy.
Oh, totally.
And he's just the $1 billion double-dollar man, and
$10 billion double-dollar man.
10 billion. That's right, $10 billion double-dollar man.
And his voice actor, his English voice actor, is so good too.
Yeah, a lot of emotion, and he has the two insurance people with him because he's like literally a liability. I mean, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you literally destroy cities everywhere you go. We can't let you out of our sight.
Well, I do think it's cool. I like that early on in the show they come to the realization that the whole world has him misunderstood and that he's trying desperately to help everyone.
I like the guy with the cross. He was fucking awesome.
Wolfwood.
Oh, yeah, he was fucking badass. Like, you're like, oh, he's some sort of like weird preacher dude, and then he busts out the fucking cross and it's a machine gun.
Well, and I mean, it's his big cross gun thing that Vash ends up using at the end to kill Knives. Or not, I don't even think he kills Knives. I think he just beats him badly enough that he knows that Knives is going to give up his shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it's kind of an interesting metaphor. Oh, creeper. Fuck off. Okay. Oh, zombies and creepers. Come on. Yeah, that was a good show.
Well, and there's some good philosophical kind of quandaries there, because the central conflict there is that Vash, has a very strong belief, and I think it was because of Rem, the girl Rem, that life is absolutely sacred and at all costs life should be protected. But Knives has kind of the opposite, and in all honesty, the more realistic viewpoint, and it's demonstrated in the scene where Vash protects the butterfly in the little garden from a spider eating it. And, Knives points out, rightly so, well, you realize the spider's going to starve to death. You can have that idealistic viewpoint, but it's not as simple as that. And sometimes, some life needs to die for other life to live. And I just think it's really cool that they actually kind of presented a fairly balanced view of that. And Vash does eventually kind of realize it. He actually does end up killing someone because he has to protect Millie and whatever, I forget the other girl's name. Yeah.
I don't.
I've actually been telling Isla, because I've gotten Isla to watch some anime with me, that I want her to watch Vash the Stampede soon. I think she'd Trigun. Yeah, I think she'd really like it.
I totally agree. Trigun's
another one that I watched that is I guess, a huge show. Like, it's got 9 seasons, kind of like Dragon Ball Z. Like, it's one of those just very, very popular shows. Is one called Fairy Tail.
Huh.
Fairy Tail, very cool show. It's a show about a world of wizards. Basically, people that have innate magic abilities, and it's like a world like Earth. It's like basically an alternate version of Earth, where like, you know, what if people actually had magic power, and they take it to some amazing places. Like, they come up with every type of wizard you could possibly imagine, like every type of superpower. Like, the main guy is Natsu. He's a dragon slayer. And he's got like fire, basically, you know, he can breathe fire and he can conjure fire, and he eats fire. If he ever needs to like restore his energy, he just finds some fire and eats it, and it like helps him regain all of his energy and stuff. So pretty generic, like nothing too crazy there, but some of the superpowers that, or the magic abilities that you see people have are just so out of the box, crazy. It's definitely worth watching, but it's one of those that has hundreds of episodes. It's 9 seasons. It literally, they just finished airing it last year. The show finally finished. Like, I guess it concluded, and I haven't seen the last season yet because I'm waiting for the Japanese dubs, or the Japanese sub version to hit Hulu or something.
Have you seen the Netflix show The Dragon Prince?
Yeah, I saw the first season of it.
What'd you think?
Pretty good. I think I'm probably going to go back to it. I just kind of...
I think they finished it up. It's over now.
Wait, it's over? It only went 3 seasons?
I think so, yeah. Oh, I don't know what the fuck they're going to do with it.
Oh, okay.
And it's almost time for me to crash. So do you want to head back and drop this blue ice off? I got a ton of blue ice. Like, I think we can do a lot of damage. Obviously, not even get close to scratching the surface of being complete, but I mean, I definitely think we got a lot done.
Yeah. Let me offload this next batch here.
It would definitely make getting through the nether faster if we just place this, because I've got 4, 5, 6.5 stacks of blue ice. I think we're probably going to need somewhere closer to 100 stacks.
Yeah, we'll need a lot. But this is very encouraging to see that we're able to get this much so quickly.
Yeah, so I'll have to make a note. You've got to see Letterkenny, and you've got to see Altered Carbon, man. I'm telling you, those are 2 awesome fucking shows. And Altered Carbon's a graphic novel.
Okay.
Here, I'm gonna put your pickaxe back in the green chest. Fuck my previous pickaxe.
Yeah.
Nice zombie heads.
And the creeper head.
Yeah. And 2
I'm very proud of that. I was so happy that I managed to get that. Well, that's sad that all that packed ice and it condenses down into just a handful of
How many stacks of blue ice did you get?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6.
Nice. So between you and me, we got almost 10 stacks. I think 90 more stacks and we'll be good.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm glad we made it out here. I've been wanting to like get at least 1 session in so we could start stockpiling. All right, I just gotta clean up my my shit.
I got a
here.
puppy here. He's like, "Hey, I need to go outside."
I will piss on your floor.
No, he won't.
Father.
He won't.
All right, so you put my pickaxe back. Go ahead and take that. I'll take that back. Is this my crafting table and my black shulker box, or your black shulker box? Okay, you got
That is my black shulker.
Yeah, it looks like yours.
Oh shit! Can you break it for me?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, dude.
No, no worries.
Let me put it in the ender chest. Okay, go
God,
for
this
it.
ice. I'm just sliding everywhere.
Yeah, I can't wait to put that blue ice down. Get a boat on it.
Yeah.
We'll be able to fucking fly through. I don't think we'll be able to go up and down the stairs on the that base out in the middle of the lava lake. So I think we should start before, like after we get to the lava lake base, like when you have to go up the stairs. I think that's where we should start making the packed ice, that long stretch that goes from there straight out, because it's a straight line.
Okay.
Because I think putting packed ice anything less than like 100 blocks is a waste.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, just catching up on some chat. Yeah, let's go ahead and fly off, and I'm gonna... sorry, we got so into our conversation, I've been ignoring everyone on Twitch. Sorry, guys. Snow says...
guys.
Yeah, fuck you guys. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Snow says, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Ultra Moon over the last few days. Finally beat the league, and I've caught 2 of the Tapus? I have no idea what that is. Yeah, I need to get started on Pokemon Sword. I wanted to go through all of the Pokemon games, and so I started with Leaf Green, did that, and then I moved on to Heart Gold, and I'm still at the Elite Four in Heart Gold because, like, I want to catch them all. But when I look at all the games I have ahead of me between that and Sword, it's like 6 more fucking games, and I hate playing games on handhelds. I will never understand. Well, I understand in certain cases the appeal of playing a handheld, like if you're in a situation where you don't have a TV or you're commuting or whatever. But man, it is not comfortable with my size of my hands and everything to play games on the 3DS. And so I might just jump straight to Pokemon Sword, and then maybe at some point in my life when I'm like 70, I'll eventually have made my way back through all the classic games.
The wheat fields of Etherea.
Oh,
they call to me.
The wheat fields
right,
that shall not be named.
Yes, where do you want to put this packed ice? I think we should, or blue ice. We should put it all in one central location.
Yeah. Let me let's go in here. I have a vague recollection of us getting packed ice before, and Yes! Oh my god, come here! Come here! Look.
Oh my god, nice.
It was. Alright, I'm going to actually take all of this out because we have enough that I think we're going to need to move it. And let's pick... Well, none of those. Okay, is there any of these that I would want to... Let's put it in with the bee shit. I'll rename the sign to Bee Shit and Ice.
It sounds like a rap song. Be shit and ice. Yeah, motherfucker, be shit and ice.
Yeah. LD, oh sorry, so LD had said his hardcore world is pissing him off, trying to get a mending villager, but instead of mending it gives me sharpness 5 for 17 emeralds. It's not bad, I mean sharpness 5 is good.
Kill him. Kill him and feed him to the spirits.
And LD also says, Altered Carbon I'm yet to watch, looks amazing though.
Season 1's great, Season 2 needs some fine tuning.
Yeah.
AKA
it needs a new sleeve.
Yeah. I think it's good story building, but I think it just kind of fell down.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't even bring back new characters other than, like, the main dude. Like, it was still the same old motherfuckers.
Oh, so I'm gonna throw one more. I'm gonna throw one more anime out there before you go. One of my all-time favorites, very, very high on my list of favorite shows ever. Very different from anything we've talked about tonight.
Oh my god, spit it out.
Oh, hey, Payra says I have stinky pee-pee. Thank you, Payra.
That's funny. I was just scratching my balls and I need to wash them.
I actually scratched my balls while I read that too. That's funny. Did we just scratch our balls at the same time?
Did you smell yours afterwards?
No, I'm on stream.
I did.
I'll wait
Smells
until after I turn the stream
horrible.
off.
All right. Anyways, best anime ever.
Best, not best ever, because that's Steins Gate. But I hold it very high up there. It's an anime called Your Lie in April, and it's on Netflix. And oh, Grumpy Dragons says, "Smelly balls, how rude! Ew." Looks like I'm getting trolled. Wow, Master Trolls here. Your Lie in April is an anime about a 14-year-old like piano prodigy who was like very, very, very good at playing piano and everything because
is that the one?
is
that the music one where he goes to another planet? To...
No. There's no supernatural anything to it. It's a slice of life anime, and like he was raised. Basically, his mother was horribly abusive to him, but she raised him to be like a world-class pianist because that was her dream, and so he ends up. This isn't spoiling anything because it's like the very first episode. She ends up dying, and he swears it off forever. And then through certain things happening, he gets back into it, and it's just a really, really beautiful anime, man. Like it's all classical music. Like there's a lot of Chopin and Rachmaninoff, and like if you like classical music, if you have any appreciation for it, like I think it's enjoyable just for.
Really?
Just for all of that. But it's a very, very touching, very moving story, and one of the saddest endings I've ever seen, but at the same time, so uplifting. It's a hard thing to recommend because I think most people would hear about an anime about a kid playing piano and think, wow, that sounds super lame. But I don't know. If you enjoy good classical music...
Honestly, with anime, you can say, oh, it's about a gunslinger.
Yeah.
But what they don't say is that he's a gunslinger who's actually a supernatural tree that can't kill anybody, who has 2 insurance agents after him, but he actually turns out to be a good guy, but his brother is a super killer. Like, like you could give an anime fucking story, and it will go so far fucking, like, hey, it's a motorcycle gang. Just kidding. Big super monster that turns into a giant fleshy meatball that kills the planet.
Yeah, it really
you
is.
can give me an anime story,
It really
and it will
is.
fucking go far left field. Like 2 brothers. One of them is, shy, and the other one is from the jungle, and then fucking demons. And
Dude, totally, man. Totally.
like, I don't think you can really, like, put a good synopsis on anime and have it fucking make... It's like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
It starts out one way, doesn't fucking end that way at all.
Yeah, I gotta add to LD Trickster's point, he went to play on a Game Boy Color. That's funny he said that, so I grabbed my Game Boy Color from the shelf here. Just look how tiny this thing is in my hand, like, to play this. I have to, like, hold crab hands, and, like, why would I willingly play a handheld?
Next time I come over, you're gonna have to bust out the Virtual Boy. We're gonna have to play some Wario.
It's up on my shelf, right up there. Virtual Boy, right back there. I love my video game collection, man.
Yeah, it's a good collection. I think didn't I give you all my old Nintendo Power? Do you still have those?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
You gave me a bunch of old instruction booklets, and I do have those because I would never get rid of any video game memorabilia ever.
Okay, cool. So you kept those. Okay.
Yeah, I got them all on the shelf behind me.
I think it was Donkey Kong, Final Fantasy.
I will tell you, we're right here. I just miss these old instruction booklets. So, we got Final Fantasy 3, the original instruction booklet.
You have the original Final Fantasy. Seriously?
Well, you gave it to me.
I gave you Final Fantasy 3.
You gave me the Final Fantasy 3. Well, and I have the game, so it's really nice that I have both the original cartridge and...
Wait, I gave you the instruction booklet to Final Fantasy...
Not only that, you gave me the instruction booklet for Final Fantasy 2.
Wait, what?
And for The Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past! No, I was very happy to get these instruction booklets from back in the day. Like, they were almost as good as the games themselves.
Was this when I was really desperate and high on meth? What was I thinking?
No, man, this was within the last like 5 years, I want to say. I think it was one of the times you came up here.
I remember giving you some. I don't remember giving you those 3, but I think that they're in great hands. So I'm glad you have them.
Well, yeah, like I said, I will never get rid of some of that shit.
I mean, I think you could probably scan that and put it online, and people would appreciate it. Like, no,
Yeah,
seriously,
yeah.
like, I would be surprised how many people out there actually have the original Legend of Zelda instruction booklet.
Yeah, well, I regrettably at one point ended up. I think I got rid of a big collection of like my Game Informer and Nintendo Powers, and I have regretted it every day since. Like, and I used to keep all the boxes too. Like for the longest time, I had a stack of like Nintendo 64 game boxes, and then like the Nintendo 64 console box, because I mean I got it when it came out in '96. Like I remember getting my Nintendo 64, and it was like the greatest thing ever.
Oh wow! So there is
But I
a
got rid of
Legend of Zelda instruction booklet, Nintendo.co.jp manuals.
Yeah.
They have every single game.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know. There's repositories online that have all of that shit. Oh, I'm gonna breed. I haven't done this in so long. I'm gonna breed cows and pigs and stuff. I've been meaning to
Balloon
do that.
Fight, Bubble Bobble, Castlevania, Donkey, Final Fantasy, Excite Bike, Dr. Mario. They literally have fucking everything.
Yeah.
Kirby's Adventures. So you can see the electronic manual or the printed manual.
That's awesome.
Tecmo Bowl, do you remember that?
I do. I think I've only played it a little bit. I don't know if I have Tecmo Bowl. I've got like 75 NES games, like the original cartridges and everything. I just
So they have an electronic version and then the printed manual. And the printed manual is actually what came with the...
that came with what?
That came with the game.
Oh, okay.
So there is a Legend of Zelda with map and manual and sleeve for $60 on each.
Wow. Man, oh man.
There's a 1987 first print 5-screw gold cartridge, Legend of Zelda, for $60 on each.
Wow. I wonder if I were to ever, not that I would ever do this, but if I were to ever go and sell my games, I wonder how much I get. LD says Donkey Kong Country. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Country. So, since we're grabbing game cartridges, maybe just grab a couple. Oh, I gotta take my headphones off because they won't reach this far. Alright, well, here, the nostalgia's about to get worse, LD Trickster. Donkey Kong Country, since we're talking about it. Original Super NES cart. Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Kong Quest, the greatest of all Donkey Kong countries and one of the greatest games of all time. That's not focusing very
Diddy's
well.
Kong Quest?
Yeah, Donkey Kong Country 2, the one with Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong. It has probably one of the best video game soundtracks I've ever heard. David Wise did the soundtrack. And Donkey Kong Country 3, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. Yeah, big fan of Donkey Kong Country. So, there's a thing you can get if you're into emulation. Some people created an actual perfect emulator for the NES and the Super NES, or it may have only been the Super NES, but most emulation is done through software emulation. And the downside to that is there were such unique quirks in old video game hardware that, like certain games, like there are all these emulators out there. There are certain games that will not run because they take advantage of some really weird edge cases of the hardware, and the software emulation just has not been able to do them. Like I think one of them was a Speedy Gonzales game. Like just a weird random game that like nobody's ever been able to get run.
I remember that game.
Nobody's ever been able to get it running on like standard emulators, but it's the Analog NT. Oh man, I'll look up the name and try to talk about it more on the next stream. But so someone created an actual perfect emulator, and they did it using a field programmable gate array or an FPGA. And what they did by doing it with an FPGA, they were able to perfectly recreate the components of the Super Nintendo, and they built it with the cartridge slot and everything. So it's basically like a brand new Nintendo made with modern hardware that will play all of the old games and is perfect emulation. Like there have been other boxes like that before, but they've all just had like shitty Raspberry Pis inside, and they're just doing the same software emulation you just do on your computer. And this thing has an HDMI output. It scales the games beautifully onto like high def modern TVs, just like the Super NES Classic and the NES Classic and the Sega Genesis Classic and all of those. So I've been thinking about getting it, but it's like almost $200. And the only other downside is all of my save batteries, because old Nintendo cartridges use like a watch battery inside of them to hold save files. And all of my save batteries are dead. Like, I remember pulling out Zelda and trying to play it, saving and going back the next day, and my save was lost because the batteries are dead. So I need to go through... There's a project I've been meaning to kick off for a long time where I want to go through all my NES games, crack them open, and replace all of the batteries in them. But I don't want to bother doing that until I actually get this new console I can play, because even though I have Super NES and the regular NES... like through a bunch of conversion, I could get them hooked up to the high def TV, but they're really blurry. They don't scale very well. So this FPGA based emulator is basically like the gold standard. It's like the perfect solution if you want to go back, play your old games on a brand new TV, and just experience everything from your childhood. But so anyway, I just wanted to go off on a random little rant on that. I know you got to go to bed and everything.
No, it's all good. I'm just listening.
I want to say it's called the Analog NT or something like that. Another great game is GoldenEye. Oh, yep, I got that on the shelf behind me.
Get me fucking started.
I think Matt and I, some of our earliest times, like as friends, hanging out, like when we first became friends, was playing GoldenEye. I mean, the real original was Super Mario 64, but like GoldenEye, I think, is the one that we both got like way into. And Perfect Dark.
Yeah, Perfect Dark was... I forget what was so great about that game. Was it the multiple functions on the weapons that made it great?
It was multiple things. Hold on, let me grab
wasn't
a couple
it was the AI, right? How difficult the AI was.
Yeah, let me grab a couple games real quick.
Like they were super smart or shit, or they could figure out things, or I can't remember what was so.
All right, so I just wanted to grab three. Here's GoldenEye, since we're talking about it. I love that every game we name dropped, I've been able to just pull off my shelf. Here's Perfect Dark. And just another one that I don't know, not related at all, but Conker's Bad Fur Day. I fucking love Conker's Bad Fur Day, man. It's one of my favorite N64 games. But what made Perfect Dark so great, I think, was three things. I think one of them was what you mentioned, was the secondary function on the weapons. Like, that was a fucking game changer. And by having the secondary function on all the weapons, like, my favorite weapon to this that I always remember is the laptop gun. And it was a laptop that was a gun, and you could shoot it. But its secondary mode is that you could throw it on the ground, and it became a little turret.
Yeah.
And there were just... Oh, and the fly-by-wire rocket. That was incredible. Like, you shoot a rocket out, and you can drive the rocket around the level and like, go crash it into someone. So I would, like, always find random corner in the level, and I just sit in the corner shooting fly-by-wire rockets around and killing everyone. So that was part of it. The second part was the bots. That was the big difference between GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, is that you could play Perfect Dark multiplayer by yourself, even if you didn't have any friends over. And they had really, really interesting bots that all had different personalities, and they called them Sims. So you had the Turtle Sim, you had the Vendetta Sim, you had the... I forget all of the names, but like they all had different personality traits or behavior. The way they behaved was different. So like the Vendetta Sim would make it a point, anyone that killed them, they would do whatever they could to go and find that person and kill them. They would ignore everyone else to take out their vendetta and go kill them. And so like it was just super fun, and you had a lot of options for like how to crank the difficulty on the Sims up and down.
The difficulty I remember was insane.
Well,
like if you put it on like, the hardest mode, like it was and I love doing that. I just remember playing the Villa level over and over and over. The Villa level was the best, and I cranked the difficulty up, and I would try to like just create like an ultimate little defense area where I'd put proximity mines everywhere and laptop guns, and I just like, and I'd usually do teams. That was one of the other things, is you could do multiple teams, so you could do 4 different teams, each with like 2 people on them. And so I could put a Sim on my team and have, a handful of others. And then just the levels. Like, the levels were really, really cool. It was just great to see. Like, it was like GoldenEye. It had all the great things that GoldenEye had, but just everything was dialed up to 10. And the music was fucking great. But yeah, I agree, LD. The nostalgia is amazing. And I have finished breeding these animals. It's been a long time since I did that, but I'm glad I did. And I gotta go to bed now, too. It is late. Got work tomorrow. So, tomorrow night... So, I want to do... this weekend, let's just do one night on Stardew Valley. So, would you rather... Whichever night you think you'll be able to stay up later, I think we should do Stardew. So you think that'd be Friday or Saturday? Probably Saturday.
Okay. So
also next week, I might be able to play Thursday night, but then I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow. 2 weeks. Where are you going?
Japan.
Oh, that is happening?
I guess. I mean, I haven't been told no. We haven't really heard anything, so we're just assuming.
Well, awesome, man. I hope it works out for you.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
Well, hell yeah. Oh my god, Anonymous! You did it again! Thank you, Grumpy Dragons. It's Friday night there already? Yeah. Sorry, us weird Americans and living in the past. It's cool talking to people from the future, though. I like that. Tell me what happens tomorrow. Do they develop a vaccine for coronavirus?
I'll be gone Friday to Friday. So Friday next week till... Friday next week till Friday the week after, essentially.
Okay. Well, cool, man. Well, I'll line up some nursing home streams and yeah, and then we'll have to binge some Minecraft and Stardew when you're back.
Yeah, I'll have to get a. You have to let me know if there's anything you want from Japan.
Oh, I'm good, man. I appreciate the offer. I want you to just... The only gift I want is for you to fully enjoy yourself. So, boom. Drink some sake. If you want to get me a gift, mail me some sake from Japan.
Yeah, if there's no... I'll see if there's a duty-free store that I can...
Yeah, I don't know. Can you bring that shit back? How does that work? Can you get that through customs?
Well, if you usually get it like a duty-free station, where it's tax-free. So maybe, I don't know, if I can, I'll see what I can do.
All right. Grumpy Dragon says, I'm not that old yet for a nursing home. Well, you will be soon. We're all in a nursing home. So yeah, Russ Inc., I'll let you know. I'll obviously keep you guys posted and let you know ahead of time so that we can plan out some good nursing home streams. So Minecraft tomorrow, Stardew on Saturday. I'm going to bed.
All right, later, man.
Later, man. It was fun.
Yep.
Good night, everybody on Twitch. Thank you guys for listening to us ramble all night. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow night.